Yeah, you press down on that, mate, and that's it. Good skill. So every time with a cutting blade, it's always put away before you proceed, so don't bang on it, sir. Right, obviously, Anthony never put a tarp up before. We sorted you out with a tarp. We're going to be doing the guidelines on that in a minute. But you'll carry tent pegs, but from now on, you will always know how to improvise and make a tent peg. And if you're doing a little bit of safety and knife work, sir, then...
Always sheath and put away.
Yeah, always sheath and put away, cutting away from you, mate. I've showed you how to make one, sir.
Yeah.
Boom. All you've got to do is decide which is the top end and round it off. That's a nice top end there, isn't it? It's nice and flat.
Yeah.
And just round it off a little bit, just take a little bit off. That's it, cutting away from yourself, good skills. Because you'll get used to how the knife bites on that, mate. That's it, sir. So that's when you're banging it in, it will have less intensity to... That's it, like that, mate. Well, do them as perfect as you like, mate, but carry these about, you'll eventually get like tent pegs, but the thing is, from now till the end of the time, you'll know how to improvise a tent peg, mate. And it's good to get you doing a little bit of knife work as well. Because you see where you're doing it there, mate, if you pull it so where your hand is, if you pull it back a little bit and put that there, then you can exert more pressure and with the knife, mate, yeah? Yeah, and let the knife do the work. And the first time you're doing anything like this, mate, it's like everything, it's like muscle memory.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. See, mate, I'll just straighten that off a little bit, just quick vertical in there.
Quick vertical.
Yeah, quick vertical, that's it. Boom. That's it, mate. And then obviously, you know, the bottom end, sir. That's it. That's it, because... And if I can get you the chip there, mate.
Yep.
The chip there, see what I mean? You can exert a lot more pressure now.
Perfect.
Yeah, just... Boom.
Yeah, get more pressure.
There you go, mate. Boom, that's it, sir. That's all you need. Boom, see, you are now, that's better than my one. So you get, no, so another two, sir, and you've done like 4 pegs. Forever now on, that's it. Oh no, brilliant, Anthony, no. Because at some point, you know, you will cut yourself, sir.
Oh, of course.
And then you'll go, oh, that little fat git was right. no, it's just true though, mate. So there you go, sir. I'm going over to talk to the rest of the lads, mate, yeah?
No worries, mate, no, thank you.
There's a little bit of like knife work there, mate, and you know, practicality. You can go and say, oh, look what I made in the woods, and the missus will go, oh, that's really lovely. No. And here we see Mr. Baldrick. Now, he's been having a mooch about and that, but it's a bit raining. Oh, you're looking a bit sad, Mr. Baldrick. Yeah. Baldy, there was no way I could have not brought you out to the woods today. You was doing zoomies, you wanted to go and see Al and the boys. Al's going to feed you up in a minute. Obviously we've got Al, Jeff and Nigel. We're over the woods, ladies and gents. And obviously Anthony's just, you know, learning some very basic skill. Like he's going to be the one below the Scouts, the Beavers. He's going to be, he's volunteered to be I don't mean instructor, but you know, an adult. Forget the name of it now. So he's just coming over with us to learn some basic skills. It was raining a bit, but with the heat we've had, it's been absolutely fandaby-dozy. It's just the woods, and Nigel proper on it. He was the first one here. Got himself a tarp set up and all that. But this is Solonogli. Sorry, Nigel. How do you pronounce Solognac?
Solonac.
Solonac, yes, it, mate. Yeah, Solonac, I'll say. But yeah, I'm proper digging that camouflage. Yeah. Proper liking that. And that's Decathlon. That's one of their name brands. Not too expensive, ladies and gents. And Al set up his super light, just so it's kind of stopped raining now. There's a thing for Anthony this time is he's never set up a tarp, probably never seen a tarp and that. So he's making himself some tent pegs, which is a nice little,
the back of the school, wasn't it?
you know, First easy lesson, a little bit of knife work and that. Get used to using a knife. And I've done all like one boy, you know, always knife away, knife sheath, always cut away from me and all that type of stuff. Anthony's brilliant, he really picks things up really quickly. Just had to show him once. Comes from Newcastle, but you know, he's quite a sensible lad, but don't tell him I said that. Boom. Still rocking my Bergen. That means I haven't been lazy enough to take all of that stuff out there, including an army sleeping bag at the bottom, and put it into a smaller one. But I'm on my ollie bobs now, so here's bits and bobs that we do. Loving it. Anyway, ladies and gents, bring you back. And that's recording. That's all you've got to do, keep that. Well, as we're just coming over there, it's like looking forward, mate, because we're on early doors, bushcrafting outside of stuff. And he said, oh, how do you sharpen a knife? And that is, in itself is a skill, which you'll be doing, I don't know, 2-3 weeks time, you know, whenever we get it. But literally, as I say, ladies and gents, I keep it in there, preloaded with Smurf poo, which means it's a mild abrasive on there, mate. 2 different sets of leather. I mean, you know, you can't hold it now, but it don't waste a lot. But when your knife is dull, and that one's got a bit of rust I've got to get on there, is literally, so let your eyes be your guide, it's preloaded. And you've got an edge that you can see there, mate, and then there is another little bevel edge. Okay, so you're going to get it on there, and it's kind of guesstimation, but the more you do it, the more you are aware of how you're going to do. So all I'm going to do, because that sharp edge will have turned over a little bit, yeah, if you looked in it with a microscope, and all I'm going to do, slide it all the way down the blade. Different people will do this different ways, mate, and everybody says, oh, you should do it like that. Hey, if you're going to do it, sir, and your knife's properly sharpened up at the end, whatever way you do it, and whatever your knack is the way to go, sir. So I've done it several times that side, and already I can see that edge. I'll show you, when you finish, you know, like, there's like an edge on an edge. Yeah, there's different talkings for, different names for different sort of cuts to the blade, or bevels to the blade. Come down the whole blade. And all of this, you know, like if we've dulled that a little bit, all I'm doing is just restoring that little edge, that fine cutting point. And as you see, mate, you see that, see it's going, and that is the actual metal coming off, mate. So it's a very fine mould abrasive. As you said, it's like the old boys, the old barbers. So it's just looking forward, mate, maintaining the desire to learn and that. You'll soon be doing this. Right, mate, now this is one of the few times you're really careful with a blade, mate, because as we said before, safety, they will come and bite. Oh, it's just got a lovely edge on that, sir, yeah? You know, normally, I mean, people say if it will go in and it will bite your thumb, your nail, obviously careful when you're doing that, mate. So, I mean, that is it, sir, so let's have a little. Like butter. Yeah. Body back. Body sharps. And again, you know, it's got too much. Body back. Body go on. Sorry. It's a different knife, like, you know, like if it's doing it, hold it and then push it, mate. Yeah. Body back. And you know, all parts of it, mate. Because different parts of the blade you'll use. This is called, like, when you choil up, and that's, see the thing there now, mate, as you said, like the jimping, that's all part of being a knife. And I know it's got a bit of rust on there. I'll get that sorted out when I get home. And all I've done is just quickly restored that little micro bevel edge on it, mate. You will get people that go, oh no, you've got to do it like this, you've got to do it like that, you've got to do it like this. If you'll find your own way of doing it, and if at the end of it you've restored the sharpness to the blade, then that's the proper way to do it, mate, yeah? And again, there's a different, that one's quite a more coarse one. And if you had a nick in the blade, you'd probably, all I do is use a flat bit of wood like that, glue to it, it's some wet and dry, mate. And just slowly take it off, and you just re-profile till the little nick is not there anymore, mate, and then you'll. But yeah, so this is just a little, you'll be onto that soon, sir. Like I say, we'll get you one of these sorted out. and all I do is wherever I'm keeping my knife. Because if you're out here, mate, and you're out here for some time, and the knife's not sharp, you know, you're on a hiding or nothing. Just keeps it, because that's preloaded with what they call Smurf poo, just a mould abrasive, and I keep that in there where I keep my knife anyway. Right, ladies and gents, we've I don't want him to concentrate too much on knots on the first time out, but sorted him out with Rubens type, which is a nice one. Young man's going to have it for a number of years, and obviously the next thing we're going to do is the pressure knots to pull it out, and he's already made his tent pegs. That's it. That's it. Now, all you've got to do there, mate, is remember that it's the... It wouldn't matter too much, mate, if you put it upside down, inside out, but if you always remember on your one, if the black bit's out, and as you see, mate, and we already talked about with the other ones, always put the bungee cords. One, it makes it easier to peg down, and sort of two, if it is really windy, it's going to give you play and not rip on your stitching and that. So, but anyway, no, we'll do that, and the next thing I'm going to do is show you to make pressure knots and to pull it taut on there, mate. Oh, not Mr. Baldrick, see. What did Baldrick do with one of your tent peg?
Run off for one of them.
He needs to run off, didn't he, Baldy? It's not a tent peg, it's a snappy stick. Oh, Baldy, stop it.
All the sticks and all
he's going to nick it when you're not looking.
Yeah.
No. Alright, mate, so what I've got is some of this nice little cord there, mate. And with a good press knot, I've always found a different diameter and different, because it locks on there, mate, and pulls that tarp out for you. So we'll get that string and get that done. While we've been tarping, Al's been cooking, sir.
Yeah. You've been busy, so I thought I'd start without you.
That looks great.
Ladies and gents, so it's Anthony's first time. He's putting a tarp up. Just want to do the whole thing, like, and what I've done is Jeff, next time he's over, because he's got to cut away, he's got to go to work this afternoon, is that's a knot, you know, so we've done that. Is boom, so Jeff is going to be teaching him a knot, you know, like the tree knot that side and the quick release one that side. So when he comes to knots, he'll just think, right, what did Jeff say? So it's nice just to split up somebody, one person talking all the time. People can sort of switch off to that. So literally, oh look, you don't see them very often. Look, there's a ladybird, or a ladybug. Ooh. Yeah, I mean that one is a hole there and he's pulling a bit tight, but yeah, so well, the only knot I've taught him at the moment is just the little pressure knot there, which will remain on this. This will be his ridge line, and he knows you can stick it in there if need be, or as you can see, ladies and gents, that's a nice little tarp for him, A-frame. Next time he comes over, show him how to, you know, have it upwards and then put poles in and that. But he's going to have a bit of breakfast, probably a coffee, and then shoot away to work. But yeah, a little bit of tarp instruction. And there's Mr. Baldrick. Look, he's on guard. Hello, Dad. Oh, Anthony, got to be honest, mate. No, I will say it. Well, first off, no, to Cookie anyway. Cheers, mate. Because when I said to Cookie, only a civilian, I'm not being rude, mate, yeah, can get excited. Oh, that's a real army misting, like, you know, we all had a little giggle. But what he did do is give you a nice little BCB, the fire gel blocks, mate, yeah, so, brilliant. Bosh.
Thank you.
You're welcome, no. Oh, no, he's proper, he's the squaddies will understand, mate, yeah. Oh, see, we got really excited about a misting. That's probably one of the first things we try and get used to. But totally bosh, because when you're taking your little men out in the woods, mate, do the bacon and the beans in there and all that type of stuff, sir. Yeah, so nice one. Look, Baldrick's on guard. Oh, is that for me? It's on the floor, it's for me, Al. Yeah, so just on that, mate, right, job done, tent pegs, and you know, basically put up a tarp, but there's just a lot of practice, sir. And like I say, I'll split the difference. Al will be teaching you a couple of knots next time, mate, yeah? Boom, but sorry, I meant Jeff. I said Al there, didn't I? Did you get offended that I mixed you up with Jeff? If you did, I'd understand. Shut up and knock it.
We shouldn't really be lowering anybody down from buildings out here, should we? So,
Well, I didn't hear what you said there, sir, but you know, swiftly moving on.
so have it on low.
Yeah. Well, anyway, ladies and gents, I was cooking up a bit of breakfast, which is always nice. I was doing a little bit. I know you cook at home a lot, mate, but it's just slightly different out here, as in not to burn the food. Oh, bacon and sausages. Food of gods and ninjas.
It's got eggs and everything. It's got the whole works.
You was a kid then, sir, weren't you?
I'll tell you what I was thinking about.
Hang on, I'm filming. I don't.
Whittling a spoon.
Yeah, oh, fair enough, mate. Boom. Oh, we're on it, sir. Because that's what you want to do. You know, we're all at different stages, aren't we? I'm not advanced stage. I'm just like, well, know a bit about everything, if you know what I mean, mate. Enough to get by.
I was going to say, I think you're selling yourself short a bit there.
Well, the thing is, mate, in this game, like any other little outdoor pursuit, you'll get people who will think they're expert, and they will want to do it that way. And if you don't do it that way, you're doing it wrong. Yeah. But as long as it's working, it's not. There's many different ways. Well, as you already know, mate, to get things done. But yeah. But anyway, we smelt the bacon now. Yeah, this is an important part of bushcraft. Very important part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Paulie's like, oh yeah.
He's got it down here. I've got a little read.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That nice one. And obviously your missus is going to be looking at this because she went out with the girls for like a bit of a breakfast this morning. Oh, that one's going to taste a lot better.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, ladies and gents. Very nice. Very nice, huh? And there you go. That's just for your missus. She had a bit of a posh breakfast or whatever with her. She went out with someone, and yeah, that's going to taste amazing, sir. You know, it was amazing. That's nicely stopped raining now, isn't it? Well, it's a bit cooled down as well, mate, isn't it? You're proper rocking the camouflage, sir. Suits you as well, sir.
I always do. Where I am, always got camo on.
No, nice one. Is he allowed to? Little bastard. Oh, I've got a plate in there. Yes, mate, cheers. Sorry. No, Baldrick, he says if it's on the floor, it belongs to him.
Mine, yeah.
Including Anthony's 10 pegs he kept nicking them, bless him. No, but there you go, sir. Look, eating out a proper army mess scene, you bang on it, sir. Don't say we don't look after you come over the woods, mate.
There's Baldy's breakfast as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bob. Well, that's because I tell you what, mate. Baldrick bought you a Father's Day present, didn't he? Don't mean to say what it was, but he went, oh, can I get one of them brown? Because he always take me over the woods. He feeds me up, Dad. He gives me treats and all that. He says, I love Al, Dad, don't I? I love Al. Yeah.
You had a chainsaw. That would be great.
I know that no, mate. Yeah, I'd love to see what that looks like inside. Yeah, we'll have a look at that, sir.
What is it?
Is that what they call it? A knurl? Can't say I.
Yeah, something like that. Can't remember.
No,
But you could take that off from there.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, it's like ladies' boobies.
know.
Firm and ample, and you're
I
hungry.
can get an hand in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's quite solid though, isn't it?
it's quite solid.
Yeah.
You'll make a
Cookser.
cookser.
Cookser. Yeah. Actually reminds me of a German lady I once. No, they keep the lights in the disco low and that, like, don't they? But by that time,
It's got the face of an owl. Look.
yeah. Well, you can see that, mate, and and that's great. But not everybody else can.
Can I see it?
Not really, no, mate. It's a bit weird to me, but sometimes I see things and other people can't see it.
Yeah. Same mushrooms.
Good, sir. Nice one. Nice one. To get my chair set up now. And Mr. Baldrick, look, oh bless him. He's much more like me now. He don't like the rain, bless him. Every man needs a little cave, a little hideaway. And just for posterity, sir, how'd you get your wife's attention?
Just sit down, look relaxed.
I'm not going to mention your missus' name, but we just put you in trouble, sir. No, bless it. No, one thing your missus does understand is banter, and that's there's banter.
Right. You've got to go and do something, haven't you?
Yeah. There's Mr. Baldrick, he's on guard. Yeah, always does you a bit of breakfast. Oh no, I love her, Dad, don't I? I love her.
You can have your breakfast for your dad.
Right, ladies and gents, this is Alan trying to nick me dog. I love you, Al, don't I? Al, do you want a new dog? Look at that. Oh, you only come over to cook breakfast in the woods. No one eats trying to nick me dog, so, ain't you? And guess what? It works. Ah, Mr. Baldy. I love these boys, don't I? I love these boys. And ladies and gents, boom. Very nice.
Was that nice? Was that nice?
I love you, Al. Oh, excuse me. God, I did a quick impression of Des then, didn't I? No, the top's come down. It's all nicely dried off, ladies and gents. The sun is out, and we've been putting the well to rights here, as usual. And obviously, Anthony had to do an afternoon. He's doing an afternoon shift, so he's packed up and roared off. No, but no, I think that's coming out with that, didn't he? You know, he's messed in and all that. No, great. Slowly building up his sort of, well, knowledge, I can say skills, but you know what I mean. And Bosch, next time he comes over, just going to get with him for a couple of 3 knots. You only need about 3 or 4 knots, don't you? And he can already do the pressure knot. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, you know, and then...
Well, he can learn more on his own.
Yeah.
If you start with the basics and just start with the basics.
Get a ridge line.
Do them all.
Yeah, so he can get a ridge line up and that, mate, get nice and taut on that. Because it is easy, some thing like one person teach one thing and the other people, yeah, because then he's got to think, right, it wasn't the fat bloke that taught me how to do that, it was a little fella that never laughs. And he cares for it. No, I think we're having a slow pack up now. Jeff is going to get his, as Mr. Baldrick is running around chasing bumblebees. Stop it, Baldrick. No, Dad, I've got to get them. Well, I don't like them, do I? No, but then he cost me a fortune at the vet. Oh, I don't care. You got me. Oh, you'll be dead. No, well, he's cheered up a load, isn't he? It was raining, wasn't it? Don't like the rain, Dad. I think we'll have a slow pack up and call it a day then. But again, just a nice little day in the woods, wasn't it? Nothing too flash, nothing too fancy. Good for the old headspace, isn't it? Just getting out a bit of geezer banter, taking the piss. I mean, there's a fine, I mean, what I call banter, HR call bullying, don't they? And you have to have, like, they want an emergency Zoom meeting with you, quickly followed by P45. And
the trouble is,
no, or would you like to resign, or would you like to be let go?
the trouble with restricting people to what they can say is just like, what's the word I'm looking, it's
Careful, because I'm filming, sir.
I know you are.
And your missus,
choose the words correctly.
yeah.
It's a bit of like mental torture, ain't it? Just, you can't.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll just give you a good example and a recent example.
It's not all harmful, is it?
No. But what was that fellow at the military area show? Don't you know it's polite to ask? And you know, well, why would I need to ask you to do something that I know I can do already? You know, and him giving it, oh well, you're impolite then. I mean, well, I'm impolite then, mate. You know, it's not going to change my life, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? In hindsight, you just wish you'd come out with something like, well, when was the last time you asked somebody where you're allowed to do something that you knew you were allowed to do something? You know, and do you think you're special that I have to ask your permission, mate? No, do one. Oh, I'm just glad I didn't rear up at him, mate. But it was potential there. I can't stand like self-important people. You know what I mean? Baldy, look. Oh, there's bees about, Dad. There's bees about. But yeah, it's going to pack up the Mega Bergen, and at some point I'll empty that, because I'll just keep putting things in it, Al, and bringing it out, don't I?
You've got triple of things in there.
There's even a sleeve bag at the bottom of that, mate, yeah. And then that's it, mate. Mr. Baldrick's had a great day. Got a bit mingy when the rain did. Oh, I'll tell you what, Al, I'll do it. Get you, when you're done, mate, quick little update on the old jacket. Yeah. I don't mean like now when you've got put away, mate. Right, anyway, I'll see you later on, ladies and gents. Right, ladies and gents, just a little update on my favourite smock at the moment. Obviously the one with the 3 pockets. Got it from the camouflage store, and it's Solo is the make, and it's a takeoff of the German Alpine smock from World War II. 3 pockets up the front. 139. You get a lot of money from your jacket. When we turned up today, it was like raining, and because as I said, I'll update you because underneath this jacket, it's separate, not joined to. You can't take it out. There's like the sort of waterproof lining on the inside. Like the Belgian army jackets come like that. So I thought, ooh, I let myself get wet. At no time did the outside of the jacket got wet, but the inside, as we can see, you know, I was like nice, warm and snug there. And also, I'll inside the pockets, because I was conscious of that, pockets were wet on the outside because it's only a mixture of polycotton and polyester. But one thing they have done is line the pockets as well. So when I had that camera and my phone, I'm very, very happy with this as it goes. I'm not saying it's like totally 100% waterproof, but it's certainly weatherproof and definitely windproof. So the last time you saw this anyway, because a lot of people like the old little modifications, it's designed really so they could have the ropes when climbing. That's why there's no pockets at the bottom. Obviously, you know what I'm like, I'll always mod anything, but I'll put a little kangaroo pouch on it. So it's got a little depth to it, and you can go all the way through on the inside, and I've sewn it up so if I'm sat down, nothing can come out, you know, when I'm sat down, nothing can come out the side of the pocket, because when this flap comes over, that gets pushed down, and it comes over, and then nothing will come out the pocket. Don't want to be losing your kit. And I'll just get out to come in, because as I do, ladies and gents, I put a pocket inside a pocket. Inside there, on both sides, there's a full-on mesh pocket, and you probably put your fire stills and anything you just didn't want rummage about at the bottom. I mean, look, I'll just take that from the big pocket and stick it in, just to organise the pocket inside of a pocket. I love doing that. And there was one on the other side. There we go. You know, I've just got my hats and bits in there. But I just had a bit of military mesh and use that. So that's it. I put a nice little kangaroo pocket on the front there. As I'm going to do a turn now, at the back there will be two pockets. Rather than one long poacher's pocket, I was going to put two pockets from there to there. And as I always like to do, and we've been doing it today, when I'm walking about and I've got like the silky sword, the small one, and my knife, gone are the days where I'm wearing belts and all that kit. So just about there, I'm just going to have a small patch. And I'm going to do it out of meshes, I think, because I just want it simple, so I can just drop a knife in its sheath in there, and on the other side I can drop a silky saw. So when I'm mooching about, I've got both hands to bring things back. But yeah, just to increase the carrying capacity, a couple of pouches at the back, and a pouch for a knife and a pouch for a saw. You know, you put whatever you want in them, but I'll probably try and get that, because I've got like a little bit of leave from work, so I'll try and get on the machine and bang that out, just to let you know. But anyway, I'm just updating you. Very happy with this jacket, certainly for 129, and then postage. But yeah, no, certainly kept me dry, and it was raining when we first came in, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys put Gore-Tex on that, yeah, which is fair enough. Girlies. That's just it.